Hello everyone, it's Janet here with another design team project for Wild Orchid Crafts and the Wild Bunch. For this project, I made a wedding gift for a couple that is getting married, and they both really love homemade gifts, so I knew that I had to make them something. And they both like, the bride especially loves vintage items with lace and burlap and all of that metal and that sort of thing. So I made them this canvas, and I started out with a wood canvas. It the whole thing looks like this. It's kind of a pressed wood. I got this from Aaron Brothers, and then I covered the whole top of it with the Tim Holtz music paper, and then over that I distressed it real well with vintage photo distress ink. So the whole back of it is the music paper. And then on top of that, I put a square of burlap and frayed the edges. I don't know if you can see all the way back in there. So that is on top of that. And then I have some muslin that I had pleated and distressed with vintage photo and sewed right along the center. That's underneath this vintage cream lace here. And this is some vintage kind of a salmon-y pink color. The colors of their wedding are kind of this blush color, so I wanted to incorporate that into the canvas. And this is a picture of them that they put on their wedding invitation. And then I have a metal key up here and a little wood love thing right here that I just took some ribbons and some fibers from my stash and tied around the edge there. And over on this side, I took a piece of the Lyric collection from Prima. That's this page right here. And I cut this side part off. Fussy cut around all of the edges there. And as you can tell, it's quite different. And I went over the whole thing with vintage photos. So I have this whole piece in the back here. And then in the top here, I just punched a hole and put a little piece of twine there. And then along the edge I have layered a couple of laces. This is some more vintage lace, and this is just another piece of heart lace from my stash. And then on top of that I have a little bow made out of the champagne silk ribbon from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I will put the product information down below. I don't have the new codes yet, but make sure you check out the website. It's brand new, has really easy to navigate. And then on top of that I have a little cluster of flowers. Back here in the back I have some of the Gypsophila, and that is this here. And it really makes for a nice spray. And as you can tell, I did darken it up with a little bit of glimmer mist in kind of a beigeish color so that it just wouldn't be so white as this is. But it's just perfect, and I noticed on the website they have quite a few different colors, so I need to get some more of the colored of that. And then I just slipped in a couple of wooden leaf pieces, and then I have a spray of some of the champagne pink closed rosebuds, and that's these right here. I love these things. They just are just perfect. I don't know if you can see them there. And then I have some over here, and I like to put them in clusters of 3 and then just wrap the wire around them, and that works really well. And then I have a couple of the champagne pink wild roses in the 1-inch. They are so pretty, and there I've got one each right there. And then I also have, I put the other one down, just have a smaller one out of the Pink Tone Roses 5/8 inch set B, and that is what's right here. So I really love how my little cluster turned out on top of the canvas. I really like how it turned out. I also put a little wood piece here with a B for their last name. That was just a brad that I cut the back of it off. So that is my canvas, and I hope they like it. I was trying to kind of went a little bit, had a little bit of a crafty block, but I really wanted to make them something. So I will be making a card, and I will be wrapping this up, and I'll probably do a separate video on that. But I appreciate so much everyone for watching, and thank you for your lovely comments. It really means a lot to me. Bye! Card, and then I wrap their gift. And as many of you may know, I really enjoy wrapping gifts, and I love to make the cards and the gifts to match the occasion. And if it's a wedding, I like to use their wedding colors and their wedding theme if I know what it is. And so they've used a lot of burlap and craft paper and lace and the color blush, and I think they've used a little turquoise too, although I didn't add it into this. But anyway, so this is the card. I used the Prima Lyric collection again, and I wanted to use, it seems like I always fall back on the Wild Orchid Crafts roses, but here I wanted to use a few of their different flowers. So these are the ones that I used this time, and I'll put the product codes all down below. I used some more of the pink poppies, which I just love, and they're perfect for this paper line. And then this little off-white one here, it's a Cosmo, I believe, but I'll put the name down below. And then these little pink ones here are some Gypsophila. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I also have some there. So they add a real soft look to it. And then this seam binding here is some that I have dyed from the Wild Orchid Crafts pink seam binding, and I've added some of the vintage colors to it to make it look distressed and crinkled it up. And then I just used a wood heart in the background. And then underneath here is some of the beautiful net lace that Wild Orchid Craft sells. It is so pretty. It's just so delicate. And then on top of that I put some of this heart trim that I had in my stash. And then down here and at the top, this is just some antique lace that I had in my stash. So a very simple card, but I love how it came out, and it really adds a nice dimension with the Wild Orchid Craft goodies. And I told you that I would show you the package all wrapped up, and it's kind of different, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. It's just got this big hydrangea on top. I wrapped it in craft paper because that's what she loves, and then I put burlap ribbon, and it's got a big burlap bow underneath of it. And then I had a old antique, it looks like it's like a placemat, so I kind of just made a big bow on both sides of it. I have it tied in the burlap, and so then it just comes around like that. So it's a really unique gift. I think she'll really like it because it's really in her taste. So I'll just give you a overview of it here. So that is what the package looks like. So thanks everyone for watching. Bye!